Hi everyone, my name is Alesya, I am a photographer. Today I'll tell you about candle photography. I came across some photos online that inspired me to try something similar. Technically, it turned out to be quite a challenging shoot, especially when dealing with wax. For the background, I used a cloth backdrop on stands, and for lighting, just a single continuous light source. To secure the candles, we used silicone tape and, of course, wax. I ended up doing two such shoots because during the first one, we struggled to securely attach the candles to the models. My initial plan was to take a few shots with thick candles and then continue the rest of the shoot with thin ones. However, since thin candles have a very small base area, it turned out that we needed something more substantial to keep them in place. Therefore, during the first photoshoot, we were only able to capture shots with the thick candles. To secure the candles, we used silicate tape and poured melted wax over them. I had melted some wax from other candles a little bit earlier in preparation. It's crucial here that the model takes the position you'll be shooting in right away, as the wax sets and takes on the shape. If the model straightens up or bends afterward, the wax might crack. Additionally, if the candles are positioned incorrectly, they may simply fall off due to the model changing poses. Unfortunately, during the first photoshoot, my behind-the-scenes camera only captured the preparation process. Therefore, I'll show you the result of our first photoshoot right away. Right after the shoot on the same evening, I decided to try securing long candles using screws. For this, I used an old dress, a small board and a couple of screws. However, this turned out not to be the best idea either. The candles are very fragile and start to break during the process of screwing. Also, don't forget about safety precautions. Wet any hair that will be near the flame to prevent accidents. Additionally, when pouring the wax onto the dress, some of it got absorbed into the fabric. Therefore, I had to touch up some of the wax in these photos using Photoshop. Here are the photos I got from this attempt. And then we prepared for the second shoot, this time taking into account the lessons learned from the previous shoot. To start off, we decided to take some photographs with just the candles secured on table. We shot with one continuous light source. Without it, the light in the frame would have been very yellow and would have hit the model's face from below. Here are the photos we got from this setup. I'll note that if you're taking such photos against a dark background, a dark table looks better than a light one. I had done photos with this idea before. Next, we started securing our candles. First, we checked if the model could withstand the heat of the melted wax. For the base, we also used silicate tape. We used a hot glue gun to attach the candles together. A lot of glue was needed, since wax is a material that doesn't want to adhere to anything. For larger and more visually appealing wax chippings, I had pre-melted about a liter of wax. I bought the most ordinary and inexpensive white candles. Melting the wax took around half an hour. By the way, you don't need to worry about the cookware used for melting the wax. Afterwards, you can simply heat water in the pot and the wax will rise to the surface. It's essential to place something disposable under the model's feet. A construction plastic wrap works best, as removing wax from the floor can be quite challenging. The same goes for the model's clothing. It's better to use something that you won't mind discarding afterwards. Let me reiterate that the model should sit in the pose you will be shooting in. This is especially important when using a lot of wax. If the pose is changed, the wax will crack, and if the model sits unevenly, unsightly bumps and uneven surfaces will appear. It's not the most intuitive task, but you need to pay attention to details. Here the model's arm got stuck to her body with the wax, and it's good that we noticed this before finishing. Additionally, we covered the hand with candles in wax, partly for aesthetics and partly to protect it from the fresh wax from the candles, as it's much hotter than the wax from the pot. Let's not forget to dampen the model's hair beforehand. Also, I had a bucket of water standing by my feet just in case. Let's begin the photoshoot. Here the positioning of the model's shoulders and neck is crucial. The light is placed slightly above and to the side. Shots with emphasis on the neck also look interesting. We captured shots with smoke from extinguished candles. For this, we moved the light a bit further from the model and shot in burst mode. Then took shots from behind. Here I still had to touch up some wax in Photoshop. We took shots with the light from above. I particularly like these shots. The model I photographed practices Chinese fire emperor massage, so a photoshoot involving fire was very intriguing for her. She was very pleased with the final result. I hope you found it helpful and interesting. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. Similar videos would have been very helpful for me in preparing for the shoot. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, here I share interesting photoshoots and photography tips.